Hey boos, hey! Happy Masculine Mondays! I am Regal Essence. I am Queen TV. I'm Queen TV After Dark. I'm Life is a Love Goddess. I'm Life is a Laidback Mom. I'm your ray of sunshine in the afternoon time. I'm your hood therapist. And I'm your crystal healer and dealer. Hey y'all, hi! So I am so excited to bring you this video today. Today we are talking about 5 ways to be able to get out of the matrix, Divine Masculine. So, what does that mean? What is the matrix? What does it mean to get out of the matrix? So basically, what it means is going from a 3D based way of thinking to a more 5D way of thinking. It means going from a more ego-based way of thinking to a more soul-based way of thinking, okay? And basically, whenever you start to go through a spiritual awakening, that's when you start to exit the matrix, right? The matrix has a lot to do with our programming and things of that nature. Me and my son were talking last night, and we were talking about how different people do different things the same way because that is our programming, right? And we have to learn how to basically reprogram our way of thinking so that we are stepping out of the matrix versus staying enslaved to the matrix, okay? So, I'm going to give y'all 5 ways to be able to get out of the matrix, okay? So, number 1, we're going to talk about organized religion, right? So, one of the things that is very, very important is breaking free from organized religion and stepping into a more soul-based relationship with yourself, realizing that your soul goes on forever, right? And I talked about getting out of that ego mindset, right? The ego is what's set in place to protect us from certain things, hurts, traumas, things of that nature, right? But the ego has to die in order for us to truly become an awakened soul, right? So, breaking free from organized religion and instead creating a more one-on-one personal relationship with your creator, with the Most High, with God, with Source, however it is that you want to refer to him, right? I call him Daddy. I do. So, just breaking out of those ways of doing religion, because there's a lot of, and then also too, breaking free from a judgmental mindset, right? A judgmental mindset, a very black and white mindset, whereas these things are right and this is wrong. But being able to look at things from the point of view that, you know, who's to say? You know what I'm saying? For example, it's raining right now, right? So, for somebody who's like a farmer, or if I'm raising crops, or it's been a desert, I'm going to be very happy. I'm going to be excited. I'm glad that it's raining, right? So for me, the rain is a good thing. But say I'm Susie on the other side of town, and today is my wedding day, and I'm getting married outside. I would not think of this rain as good, right? The rain would be bad for me in that particular situation, right? So we have to learn how to get out of this black and white way of thinking that this is right and this is wrong, because there's multiple ways of being able to look at things, right? So as a part of stepping out of the matrix, we're actually expanding how it is that we view the world. We're expanding or elevating how it is that we approach and look at everything in life, right? So that leads me to point number 2. We want to start to question everything, really, but question why it is that you do what it is that you do, right? Why do you dress the way that you dress? Why do you eat the things that you eat? Like, start to really get down to the nuts and bolts of why you are doing certain things. Is it because I was programmed this way as a child? Or is it because this is what society dictates that I do? Is it because of my religious views? Like, just really getting down to the core and the crux of your behaviors. Why do I buy certain things? Why do I shop certain places, right? Starting to ask those questions helps you kind of get go within and really understand your behavior, what drives your behavior, right? And then that is going to allow you to be able to deprogram some things. Because once you start to understand why it is that you do certain things, you may find it easier to change certain patterns and certain behaviors, okay? So, number 3, we want to be very mindful. We want to get into a state of mindfulness, right? Meaning you are present, like you're in your body, you're thinking about what it is that you're thinking, right? Thinking about what it is that you're thinking, realizing that you have to take time to just quiet your mind, right? Realizing that we have a subconscious mind as well as a conscious mind, right? Our subconscious is what governs our behavior, but yet it's subconscious, it's underneath the conscious mind, right? So that means that my behavior could actually be dictated by something that I'm not even consciously aware of, right? So mindfulness has I don't know, y'all know I teach from a different, I teach different, right? So, like, I try to get past all the foo-foo and all of that kind of stuff, right? So, mindfulness for me encompasses a multitude of things, right? Being able to just be present and peaceful in your body, being able to slow down, being able to sit with yourself and ask yourself these questions and actually answer these questions for yourself, right? Being able to hear just your voice, no one else's voice, being able to block out other people's voices and opinions and just focus on you and how it is that you're feeling, right? That's mindfulness, right? So, number 4, we want to be mindful what we're putting into our bodies, right? Food holds vibrations. What I now realize is, like, at times we get the itis. We call it the itis. When we eat certain things, we get sleepy and we need to go and take a nap. But the thing is, food should be nutritious to us. It shouldn't be putting us to sleep. So what I now realize is that food that gives us the itis is low vibrational food, right? So, because we want to, also too, something that's very, very, very important, that's kind of like an overarching message as it relates to stepping out of the matrix or stepping out of 3D thinking and into a more 5D way of thinking, is that we're more conscious of the fact that we are energy, right? And there's vibrations around us, and we can change our outcomes, our atmospheres, just by being able to raise our vibrations, right? So the things that we eat affects our vibrations. There's high vibrational food, there's low vibrational foods. So we want to start to make sure that we're putting things into our bodies that are high vibrational, that are going to be nutritious, right? Not just satiate us, but actually be nutritious, right? We also want to start to take care of our bodies, because we start to realize that we are a spiritual being having a human experience. And for that reason, you want to take care of the vessel that your spirit is in, right? So we want to be very mindful what things we're putting into our body as far as food, what things we're putting into our body as far as our eye gates and our ear gates, right? We want to be mindful of the media, what it is that we're listening to, right? Because all of those things affect our mood, right? And I can say mood, but it's the same as, like, it affects our vibrations, right? So if your mood is low, then your vibrations are low. You feel me? All right, so that leads me to point number 4. We want to be making sure that we are seeking out our own truth, right? We want to be seeking out our own truth. Not getting stuck on what it is that we hear in the media, what it is that we see in the media, but instead we are seeking out our own truth. We're not living life according to this person's approval of me, what this person thinks, but instead I'm seeking out my own personal truth for why it is that I'm doing the things that I'm doing, right? And we also have to realize that sometimes you hear, like, if you were raised in a Christian background, I don't know if this is like across the board with religion, but people seem to feel as if when we start to step out and research certain things and do things differently, people think you're going to get lost, right? I don't want to get lost, but getting lost is an illusion, right? So number 5, we have to let go of the fear of getting lost. We have to let go of the fear of just seeking out our own personal truth, right? Our own personal beliefs, right? We have to get into a space that we realize that, like, hey, like, I can create the life that I want, right? I can create the future that I want, right? But that requires us to step out of a fearful mind state, a mindset of fear, a lack mentality, an oppressed mindset, right? You know, like, we've been oppressed, we're at a disadvantage, but instead realizing that I have the power to create whatever it is that I want to see happen for me in my life, right? So yeah, you guys, 5 ways to be able to step out of the matrix. We want to break free of organized religion and instead delve into a deeper, meaningful relationship with the Most High, our creator, right? We want to make sure that we are breaking free of fear, breaking free of a lack mentality, breaking free of a fear mentality. So many of us live in fear, and people will be like, I ain't scared of nothing. But we do. We live in fear of what people are going to think, what people are going to say, how people are going to take us, all of those things. Like, we have to step out of that fear mentality, right? Also, too, mindfulness, right? We want to be mindful what it is that we are putting into our temples, be it food, be it media, the things that we are watching, the things that we are listening to, all of that stuff. Mindfulness. We want to feed ourselves things that are positive, affirmations, subliminals, utilizing what is it, the frequency music, things of that nature, right? Now, if you're just a low vibrational person, just living any old kind of way, then frequency music isn't going to help you. But if you're already getting into a vibration that I'm raising my vibration and things of that nature, that frequency music, it can help you, right? It can help regulate things. Man, sound is dope, right? It can do so many different things for you, like for your mental, for your body, all of that stuff. Okay. Did I forget any? So we said breaking free of organized religion. Oh, questioning why it is that you do the things that you do, why it is that you spend money the way you spend money, why are you spending money, where you're spending money, why are you eating what it is that you eat, and like all of those things, guys. Like, start to just don't do it in a way that is going to overwhelm you, but just start to internally start to ask yourself certain questions about why it is that you are doing the things that you are doing, and then, you know, answer yourself, you know, and then what things are you doing that that are just because you always did it this way, or my family did it this way, or because somebody told me this was the way to do it. You know what I'm saying? But instead, actually getting down to your own personal truth, making your own decisions about why it is that you do the things that you do, why it is that I believe the way that I believe. All of those things are very, very important. Put those things together and you will start to be able to deprogram from our old way of thinking, and you will go from a more 3D or ego-based mindset to a more 5D and soul based process of thinking, right? We want to think about our soul, and like I said at the very beginning, our soul lasts forever, right? We know that our souls, everybody may not believe this, but some of us believe that our souls have done this multiple times, right? And our soul is what actually lives for eternity. And in this incarnation, at this point in time, we are here, spirits, beings within a fleshly body, and we are here to basically evolve our soul, right? But true soul evolution requires us to step out of the matrix, or become more woke, or go through a spiritual awakening. Okay, so that's all I got for y'all. That's all I got for y'all, Divine Masculine. 5 ways to be able to break out of the matrix. So yeah, you guys, I love you guys so very, very much. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, share it with your friends, share this video with your friends, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And just remember, I love you. Peace.